All right, guys, thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Chasing Birdies. And it's a typical banter session type of day for me and Pep here on Chasing Birdies. So, again, thanks for tuning in. Brother man, what is up?
Well, we do have to apologize. We have Nathan Smith, 2025 Walker Cup captain, ready to interview him a few days ago. And for some reason, his phone wasn't jiving with this app. So we had to revert to a banter session so you guys get to hear us for probably too much of your time.
I mean, why you got to tell all the secrets, bud?
Well, I mean, it's all right. And, I mean, another secret for you is we're actually doing this episode a few days before we drop it because we've got some things happening that we have to do this before and then instead of after.
So, anyways, we took a little bird up to Penn State last weekend. Luke Combs concert. Mitchell Tenpenny, shout out MTP, opening up, and we get there, it's like winter. Was it not like winter? We leave Morgantown.
We leave Morgantown. Pat McAfee's bird was next to ours. Massive thing.
Yeah.
He could have fit 16 in there comfortably.
Yeah.
And, dude, it was a 20-minute little hop, skip, and a jump over there, and we get there, and it's normally, I mean, you even said it, it's a 5-minute drive to the stadium generally. And we get in the car, and it's an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah, State College was on lockdown. I mean, traffic control people, they were pulling the maps out again, trying to figure out names of roads, how to get people from point A to point B, because Luke Combs in town, and you know what that does, pulls everyone out of the woodwork.
What a mess leading up to the actual concert. So I'll go through the events. Get there, our driver, she's a nice little girl, a little intimidated.
She listens purely to gospel music, and Pep says, "Can I play music?"
So I put Buck Cherry on.
Puts Buck Cherry on. I wanna I'm like, oh my God, dude, this poor girl.
A little awkward.
All right, anyways,
our girl gets us like about a mile away from the stadium, which was fair. We were good.
Yeah.
We walked the rest of the way in. The lines were so massive at this concert venue. I mean, again, it's at, State College.
Beaver Stadium,
110,000 people, but you got to figure 20% of is blocked off because of the stage. So they ended up saying there was about 86,000 people at this concert. Okay.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of Penn State friends. Dude, that place, I'm sorry, you need to get something updated a little bit. They have porta-johns on the inside. They got hallways that fit like 5 people shoulder to shoulder, and we got 86,000 people there.
Well, but also the fact that they closed off like a quarter of the stadium. So like it wasn't even like 86,000 in the full stadium. It's like 86,000 in 60% of the stadium.
Which is even clogging it even more.
Even more. Yeah.
So thank you for wearing that red hat, that red beanie you had on, because we couldn't. I mean, dude, if we didn't you would have been lost. It was like, where's Waldo?
I mean, you're running around trying to find will call. Cell phone service is limited. And also, you had that that straw hat on your back, which kind of made it easier for me to see. But I didn't tell you this. Before you continue your story, I get in line to take a leak while we're waiting for you, and a little bit of a line for the men's restroom, no big deal. Big line for the female's bathroom, which is standard. So this chick rolls up with this Afghan around her, like she's covered up like cold, and she gets up to the front of the line and crouches down and just vomits everywhere. Like puts the Afghan over her head so no one could see what she's doing. She's just down there hurling. Stands up, walks away nonchalantly like nothing happened, but yet there's this massive pile of puke, which is gross, by the way. And it was like 6 feet away from me as I'm standing in this line, and I'm like, oh, like terrible. It was worse than a tailgate party. Anyways, go on.
Go to will call, other side of the stadium, of course, naturally where I am. So I run around, tell you guys, get in line, because the lines were so long, I figured I'd get the tickets before you get to the go to the other side. Oh, will call's on the other side of the stadium where the white barn is. And I'm like, they told me to come here, which was a lie. I was hoping they could do something. So got to go back. You're calling. Where are you? Security standing here waiting with me saying we have to get out of line, blah, blah, blah. Finally get the tickets. Finally get in. Don't know where our seats are. Get in. Thank you, MTP, for the tickets. But we climbed 40. We're 60 rows from the field.
Yeah, you're ready to tap out. The amount of steps you walked up.
And
winded.
These aren't seats. They're bleachers.
Right. Hemorrhoid machines right there.
So that adds a little dynamic to it because, I mean, let's be honest, bud. You and I are a little bit of ticket snobs. Like we like nice seats and things like that. And we sat there, and it was getting colder. It was getting mistier, and we watched the MTP play. Incredible concert.
Yeah,
he said it was the largest crowd he's ever played in front of. So hats off to State College. We all make the decision to go to the bus with MTP, and we get there at 8:00 till 10:00. We're boozing hard, shots, beers. We're having a good old time, right? I mean,
yeah.
Mitchell then comes up with the brilliant idea. Let's go play basketball. So we go into the practice facility at Penn State. There's 10 of us. There so happens to be 10 of us.
Terrible idea.
And we are shooting hoops. My wife has on cowboy boots. Ashley takes her shoes off. She's barefoot. So we play on a 5-on-5. It's the team is me, Bash, Summer, Ashley, and Raph.
Yeah, I can't believe you remember that. 5-on-5, first 1 to 3 wins, but it went 15 minutes and no one had a point.
Without 0 points.
And
0 points.
And not to mention, no offense, but like it's not like everyone there was in great shape, especially after boozing and hanging out. You know what I'm saying? Eating and eating church, whatever the chicken was.
Oh my God, those chicken fingers.
What's that called? Churches?
Raising Cane's, bud.
Oh, Raising Cane's.
Oh my God, that sauce. Anyways, Summer, my girl in her cowboy boots, takes a forearm shiver posting up. She goes flying. Wakes up the next day, black and blue knee. Dude, what happened with me? I honestly don't know. Like, I was so intoxicated, and I remember getting the ball.
Yeah, so you're down there outside on the perimeter almost, and the ball, you and the other guy were kind of scraffling over the ball. Somehow, one or another, you kind of got shoved a little bit, and you went flying, bud. You went flying, and you were right there kind of in front of me, so you went flying. And you're sliding across the gym looking real like acrobatic kind of way. And I made the call. What I saw. And what I saw was that the ball went out on you. You were the last one to touch it. So I said, your ball. It's their ball. It's their ball. And Pep goes, what the fuck are you talking about? I just got pushed. It's not their ball. It's our ball. I'm like,
meanwhile, I just tore my ACL basically. I'm sliding. Out of bounds, I'm sliding like 7 feet. You can just hear everything screeching. And I'm laying there thinking to myself,
number one, that's a foul, but whatever.
I'm going to throw up right now. I'm literally going to puke all over this floor. And I hear Mitchell saying, this is what it's all about, guys. This is great. And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm about to die, Mitchell.
He's about to die.
Needless to say, great evening. We ended up winning 3-2.
We did.
It was a barn burner, bud.
I mean, we were up 1-0 for a while, and then we were down 2-1 for a while, and then we went 2-2, then 3-2. So, kudos to us for winning this little game. But man, I tell you what, I was in there shooting around in the Bryce Jordan Center, and I asked Pep. I said, "Is this regulation size 3-point lines?"
Yeah, bud.
Because I mean, I was throwing them up, and I wasn't even getting close. It was airball and everything. Not to mention, I'm used to shooting a kid's ball out here at the house, so I got a real ball and a real 3-point line. Absolute disaster. New respect for the Hoopers, which I've always had, but that was fun, and no one really got hurt other than Summers busting up her knee and you complaining a bit about your knee. I mean, like you thought you tore your ACL, but you're walking around. I got the ball in bounds and Pep's open, and I said, "I'm not. You got one leg, but I'm not passing it to you." I passed it to Summer, trying to shift the love around, and she's down there, and then kind of dished it away, but it was good. It was fun. So, needless to say, we escaped Penn State with no injuries, although...
Well, I mean, okay, I got a bruised bone in my knee.
And a scraped Rolex. I know, I get it. But that was a lot of fun, bud. And the next thing you know, Will's up in the air, and we're back home in Motown. Oh, man, saved. I can't even believe I'm going to admit that I did this, but I was so hungry. And I was so hungry.
You actually looked disgusting while you were eating that. You ate so much of it.
And I said, there's only one thing right now that's going to really make me feel a little better in the morning, kind of. Taco Bell did it again. 3 tacos and a chalupa, and brushed my teeth, went to bed. Felt ugh. But you know what? It was memories. It was a great memory that was created, and I was happy to be a part of it with you, bud. So that's that.
Today's episode is brought to you by Red Vanley, so check them out at redvanley.com. The gear is fresh. That hoodie you got on, one of my favorite.
Yeah, it's good.
The shorts are dynamite. I can't wait to put them to use this week. We got a little golf trip. As I mentioned, we had to record this a little before we leave so that it was done and ready to go Thursday. And so we're off to Indianapolis for the Moyer Open, and which it's a great time, but it's at Crooked Stick. So we're going to get started off the week with Crooked Stick Golf Club in Carmel, Indiana. And then we're going to mosey on over to Nashville, Tennessee, and go to Troubadour and Old Hickory with some of the boys. And we got some buddies from back home coming.
Yeah, it's
so
going to be
I'm sure you'll see some photos. But again, we'll have to update you how the trip went on the intro.
Not that you guys care.
Not that you care. Right. But it's going to be a good time.
I know you play. Yeah. You know, anytime you kind of get together with some guys that you see bi-yearly maybe and play some golf, like it's good for the soul. So I'm happy. And you just celebrated a birthday last week.
Mm-hmm. Yes, thank
you. So, you know, happy 38th birthday, Pep, again. I know we were sending you love the other day whenever we were golfing down at Pete Dye because the boys were thinking about you. You couldn't be there.
I know, dude. I would have loved to have played Nemacolin. It was awesome. And you got to play with a bunch of the boys, and one of the guys was just taken second round by the Pittsburgh Steelers as their center.
So cool. Yeah.
Zach Frazier, which we all know that he loves Pete Dye and he loves golf, but now my man is in the NFL playing for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, it's so cool. I love it. And he's like it's just happy. I'm totally happy for him. You know, coming from Fairmont, playing at WVU, hell of a starter, hell of a college career, and now being drafted by the local NFL team, and really is going to have an immediate impact. And he is massive, by the way. I know Garrett mentioned that in the past.
Is he like? He doesn't look real tall, is he?
I mean he's tall enough
compared to you,
right? I mean, he's definitely over 6 foot. You know, maybe 6'1", 6'2", I don't know, but he's just like
thick.
Just like
lean, thick boy.
Just yeah. And so 7, shout out 7 Southern. You know, Mason Williams back in town, which the boys back in town. Him and I were texting about playing a little bit, and 7 came up with this idea to get all the boys together for a little Thursday round.
That's 2 episodes in a row for 7, by the way.
Yeah, which I wasn't gonna play golf Thursday originally. I was invited to go up to Fox Chapel and play with some of the guys up there, but due to some work things, I had to nix that. But afternoon round of Pete Dye, you know what? I moved it around and got it. So 7 put this thing together, and ironically, there were 7 players: Garrett Green, Zach Frazier, Kevin Pearson, Mason Williams, myself, Chase Harler, and 7 Southern. But I mean, 7 did this kind of like it was an event, but he had a drone out there getting photography and all this aerial footage and photos of, you know, all this jazz. So it was cool. But at any rate, we get there and, you know, it's like, well, we got 6 now. So KP was a little late, but long story short, we ended up merging the groups together after the first hole. So we played a 7-some. First time I ever played a 7-some in my life, other than if I was in a scramble with 2 foursomes in one group to prohibit cheating. But it was a great time. Nonetheless, it was a great time. Got to hang out with Garrett again, yuck it up with him. Got to see Mason hit the ball, tour level. I mean, the kids just got it so good. And naturally got to meet Zach, and big golf guy, loves golf, and totally humble. Can't wait to get it up there to Pittsburgh. But we had a really good time. But it took 6 hours, maybe a little more.
I'm out on that.
Well, and I say that, you know, because I'm like, someone was talking about playing in, you know, the Kelly Nelson's tournament, and I'm like, man, I can't do that. Like, I can't do an all-day marathon on the golf course, you know. But I hung in there mentally. We made the turn in 3 hours, which was good, and then hit the back 9 up. But I got to tell you, I'm not trying to toot my own horn a little bit here on Chasing Birdies, but I'm gonna tell you that.
Time out, bud. You just mentioned tour quality.
Yeah.
Let's hear what you did.
Well, what I did was I didn't think about any shot, which is so weird. I'm not even like, I almost lost track of where I was, but I make a good birdie on 3. I bogeyed 2, but at any rate, I birdied 3, 4, 5. So I get it to 2 under, and then naturally I bogey 6, missed the green from 50 yards, and bogey 9, birdie 7, missed birdie on 8. Anyways, I shoot 1 under on the front with 4 birdies on the front. So go to the back 9, not even thinking about it. We're just having fun. And it kind of starts there. I par 10, miss it on 11, had a decent look. Birdie 12, good look on 13. Birdie 14, miss it on 15. Birdie 16, great look on 17, missed it. And then I blew my drive a little right on 18, had to yuck it out into the fairway. Got up and down from 80 yards to shoot a little 68 there at Pete Dye. Now, granted, we played up a little bit from the Dye tees, but still, the point is that you got to get the ball in the hole. So I was happy with the way I hit the ball. I got the new Bettinardi Innovate 6.5 mallet that I'm going to be starting to use a little bit, but I did not use that yesterday. I used the Old Faithful Bettinardi. Yeah.
So do you? But that's like a tough change then.
Well, now it is. But now it is because I had been stroking the ball good on the greens. Like you look at when we played in Emmacolin, like the ball's rolling good. I'm hitting my lines, yada, yada. So now it's kind of a thing. But the biggest difference is the fact that the course management for us amateur golfers, that is so important. Like instead of trying to feel like you have to hit a full smashed 8-iron to hit the number, pull off a little 7. Or you know what? Instead of smashing a 9 from 148, I'm choking on a little 8, bud. And I'm just kind of knocking them in. It's really changed my game a little bit. And I started that last year.
I just did that at Nemacolin on number 11. Par 5, I think I had 265 to back right pin. And I said, it's no good if I go for this in 2. I'm bringing so much into play. So I hit 5-iron down there, and I had like 90 yards. And I hit a wedge to 2 feet and made birdie. And it's like, instead of trying to overpower the golf course, just play within your means. And it's, you look at a lot of the PGA Tour players out there, they're getting it to a wedge distance that they can make birdie. They know they're going to make birdie. Like, it's so much course management. Course management is so important. Yeah, no, for sure. But and we get away from it because we play for fun.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. It's like at our age now, we want to have fun. We want to play good. But it was really cool watching Mason because just remembering how it wasn't that long ago where he was in high school still killing everybody. Like just rolling over the competition, going into college, doing what he did in college. And now, having some Korn Ferry starts and going to Q school now for the PGA Tour Americas, as they call it now, apparently. But, but you look at that, you look at a player like him, and you see some of the habits that he has instilled in his game and what works for him. And it's just really, it's a different type of game than what we play. He can flight the ball like on command. He'll take a pitching wedge somewhere and it looks like it's like a little punch 4-iron kind of. Like it's just really cool to see how he plays his game. Short game's really, really good. He rolls the rock like no other. So it was fun to watch. I don't know what he shot, but I know he was under par. But man, he just pounds it too. Like just absolutely pounds it. Like pounds it. And yeah, so I'm so happy for him. I'm so proud of him. I told him that. I said, buddy, I'm so proud of you. If you ever need anything, holler at me, man. Like, I love you. You are just awesome. So, man.
Well, that's good, dude. I'm glad you had a great time at Pete Dye. I still haven't been down, so I'm really excited for the member guest, which is end of June. What is it, June 23rd to the
21st to the 3rd.
Whatever.
But
so what are we doing about lodging, dude? That's the real question. Have we heard where we are? Are we camping out?
Yeah. Pete Dye Golf Club has gone through some changes over the last 4 years, and right now specifically, I feel like there's a good vibe there. The golf course is the best that I've seen it, okay? And that is a bold statement, but I'm telling you, for you guys that might have played Pete Dye once or twice in the past, maybe 3, 4, 5 years ago, do yourselves a favor and go down there. Here in Morgantown specifically, we got Pikewood and we have Pete Dye not too far away. But the club itself, we have our new head pro, Lucas, who came from Calusa Pines, Maidstone. Really awesome guy. Just from the few times that I've met with him and talked with him and yucked it up, like just a really good addition to the club. The course is second to none right now. And then the hang's always great. So to answer your question, the lodging situation, we get in the member guest. We got to go in and try to get a lottery pick for the lodging, which we're going to do. But we put our names in a hat. So we'll just be patient and see what happens. Mm-hmm. But one thing I will say, though, which is kind of crazy, but, they throw this 3-night minimum on you now if you want to stay on property, which kind of nickel and diming a little bit, if you ask me. But it's no big deal. That's their club policy. So you either accept it or you don't, right? But the 3-night doesn't make sense for me because I'm not staying there Saturday night. So I'm going to end up paying for 3 nights and staying for 2. But what I thought was we can go down Wednesday night. We can play Wednesday.
I would rather stay Wednesday to Saturday.
Right. Like, no big deal, right? Well, it is a big deal because they don't want anybody doing that. Just in case there's people staying Wednesday night that aren't in the member guests. They don't want to jam up the lodging for that. Okay. But in the event there isn't, I think that would be a solid option. The second thing that's a little bit wild, but again, it is what it is, and I'm not complaining, but, lodging's not really cheap there. So, before you peg it up in the golf tournament, you're in for $3,000 before you and I even strap our shoes, bud. So Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year. Happy Hanukkah.
But it'll be good to be back with you in that type of environment.
I'm really excited. We didn't play in it last year. We kind of took a hard pass on that. But yeah, again, is this a conversation you ever tell Randy?
No.
Like, do you ever talk to Randy like, hey, this is my suggestion, or is that kind of just a...
No, because, I, as a business owner myself, I understand the outside people and everyone has their opinions. And oftentimes as an owner, you may hear someone's opinion, but you ultimately are going to do what you feel you need to do, period.
Right.
No matter what anyone says. So no, I wouldn't say anything like that because that's the way it is. And again, that's fine. But I do feel like whenever you start thinking about other member guests in certain situations, the nice thing about Pete Dye is they have lodging, but you got to pay premium for that as well.
So essentially what you're saying is you're going to pay for 3 nights, we're going to stay for 2.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yes. Yeah.
So, okay. Yeah. We're on the same page.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, that's exciting.
And then B-Cats, he books a Hampton Inn already on his app. Bud, do something fun for once. Why do you gotta get there? What are you laughing at?
I'm not laughing. You're laughing.
It's a great option if you really want it, but
yeah, throw the cart boys each $20 each way, and they'll drive you back to your hotel.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But
either way, I'm truly excited because people have been talking about the Pete Dye Golf Club and how good it is right now, condition-wise, all that. So I'm super stoked. And thank you for thinking of me again for this year, bud.
Yeah. Hey, wouldn't have it any other way, bud. My God. And you know what? This is a good segue into the Sunny Hannah 2-man championship.
Are you ready?
Oh, yeah. I'm ready.
So
the question is, are you ready, bud? Because this is legitimately a tournament.
So the Sunny Hannah...
And our resumes look good.
Sunny Hannah Amateur in Johnstown, Pennsylvania is a top-tier amateur event, okay? So the old Ricky Fowlers, the Justin Thomases, this, that, the other, have all played in this event. Okay. Now, fast forward, they've come out with a 4-ball.
Uh-huh.
And we signed up, and we got in.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty stoked up, bud.
I know.
I was talking to myself, can I smoke cigars?
Sure.
Just small things. Am I allowed to do this? Because I'm really excited.
And if you can't smoke a cigar, that's not going to be good because it's so routine for you, It's like taking something away from you.
We are either going to play extremely, extremely well, or it's going to be a bust, bud. And,
well, that's what I said.
We'll take a lot of photos because it'll probably be the first and last time that we're in the Sunny Hannah 4-ball. But we cannot wait to play. I've heard so many wonderful things about Sunny Hannah. I've never played it. You played it?
No, never have. No. We should probably try to get a practice round in one day.
Yeah, I got some buddies that are there.
But don't sell yourself short, Pep, because...
Or you.
You never know. We could get out there and start seeing balls.
Don't know.
Yeah. putts could drop, shots could fall, and next thing you know, you got 9 birdies, and you're in the mix.
And the exemption list that comes with a win there, I'm sure, is very nice.
Uh-huh.
Don't want to get ahead of myself. Dr. Bob Rotella would be highly upset. But I cannot wait, nonetheless, to see Sunny Hannah, to be there. I mean, it's only an hour and 20 minutes from my backyard, so I'm really excited to go and play in this event and see you all. I'm sure there's some people that listen to this that are playing in it too, so good luck to you, and we'll catch you out there. The other thing, dude, is we have the Chasing Birdies 2-man at Nemacolin, July 14th to 16th. It is officially sold out. 40 players. Highest handicap, I believe, is a 15. So we're going to have a lot of A and B players. We're splitting it, obviously, 2020, but I think the B players might be a little low on the handicap side. There might be some people that are sneaking in the B that should probably be really an A. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it'll all work out. But
we got that all lined up, and we got Red Vanley involved. We got Salt Optics involved, so thank you to them. Of course, Nemacolin's involved. They're doing some cool things for us, so we're really stoked up about that. And one of the guys that played in our Chasing Birdies 2-man last year just won the U.S. Open local qualifier, Nick Sorkin.
Sorks.
5 under. I heard that he had 2 hole outs on the front 9 for Eagles.
That's unbelievable.
So he shot 5 under. He is now going to the next stage, 36-hole qualifier to get to the U.S. Open in Pinehurst, North Carolina, which, bud, I mean,
what course?
Hey, Sork, if you need a place to stay, bud, let me know. You'll shack up with Debbie and Jerry.
Yeah, congrats, Sorks. I mean, I asked him what was in the tumbler, but he never really gave me a fair answer. But I'm just guessing water. TA said birdie juice, but we'll go with water. We'll go with cold water and ice. But that's a hell of a round, though. I mean, that course is not an easy course.
They said it was playing really hard.
Yeah. And the greens there are just... That's what makes the... What?
His assistant, Brad Frank's the one who told me...
oh, yeah, Bradley.
That it played really hard, which I've heard from other people, too. So, nonetheless, like you said, dude, that course, it doesn't fit my eye very well.
Yeah, it's just a couple bendy holes and then... You got some par 5s there that you feel you can reach, but then at the same time, like 17, for example, I mean, that's, you got to hit a good tee ball, because the water comes into play. But then Sorks took it right all the way up number 13's fairway. But yeah, it's a tough little tricky course, so that's a good round. I mean, it's a good round anywhere, obviously, but under that type of pressure in a qualifier.
5 deep.
You got any qualifiers this year?
No, but like that, I just, like we just spoke about the Sunny Hannah 4-ball. Put my resume in, and here we are. So.
I'll tell you what, just because we're headed to Nashville and seeing some of the guys there. When we were down at Grove in January, I was playing with Thomas Archer, and we're talking about kind of like what he's working on, and some songs that's coming out, yada yada yada. But he played this song for me that he wrote for Nate Smith, called Wish I Never Felt. And it was a really cool jingle. This is back in January. So I'm like, damn, that song's freaking catchy as hell. There's not much to it. Really good melodies. So when's the song going to come out? Maybe in the fall. Okay. Well, I don't know what happened because I hadn't talked to TA about it specifically, but all I know is this song is now being played on the highway and other streaming apps. Wish I Never Felt. And it is a badass song. So if you hadn't listened to it yet, make sure you check it out. But my point is, it's cool to see this whole thing happening because, I heard this song 4 months ago, a demo, and here we are. It's being played on the highway, and it's incredible. So, TA, good stuff, bud. Good stuff. I hope your injury's feeling less.
Yeah, but I hope the hand gets... Mm-hmm. But he's saying that he's going to come out the Truby and have a few beers with us. So I really look forward to that. What round are you looking most forward to this week, I guess?
Everybody says that Crooked Stick, I mean, obviously I played Trub and Old Hick, and Troubadour is just a blast in general. Love it. But I think for me probably is going to be Crooked Stick just because I hadn't played it. It's a Pete Dye, one of his early creations.
So good.
Has a lot of notoriety, attached to it. So getting out there and playing Crooked Stick with you guys, that's probably what I'm, looking forward to. I won't say most looking forward to, but of the golf courses.
Golf course side was.
Yeah, that for sure.
Yeah, you're definitely going to enjoy it. It's always in great shape. The greens are ripping, which I don't understand why they're tearing the greens up 2 weeks after this event, but they're closing the course for a year at Crooked Stick, which is a little crazy to me. But take your family, get your dad who has a lot of money, and have him bring you to Nemacolin.
Yeah. Boom.
Make sure you go to nemacolin.com, and you can book that trip. We welcome you at Nemacolin. We want you to have fun. It's a 5-star resort. You can do anything you want there. You want to go off-roading. You want to go shoot some guns. You want to take your frustration out. It's all available for you to do there. The golf courses are looking right now.
Yeah, I agree. Nemacolin.com. Make sure you check them out online for some fun, peaceful nature and enjoyment and good food. Speaking of food, dude, Ian came up here a couple weeks ago. I told you this shit. He started cooking for us. I'm on the hook now for cooking these steaks. Pan sear them a little bit, throw them in the oven. I'm a big griller, but the steaks just, they taste better. They taste better. I tell you what else
sear that shit and put it in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
A little bit of butter.
Yeah. I was spraying weeds the other day, and I was talking to Seven, and he said, "You wearing a mask?" And I'm like, "No. Should I?" He's like, "I mean, don't you see all the lawsuits with Roundup, blah, blah, blah." I'm like, "Well, yeah, I've heard of that. But I mean, I thought this was like large quantities. I got a 12-ounce bottle that I'm just spraying a couple yo-yo weeds around." So I'm like, I start thinking about that. I'm like, shit, maybe I should.
So you get by mask.
But I got a mask. It looks like I'm walking through a gas chamber just to be outside. You should see this thing. It looks like I'm on some X-Men video game. It's got these air nozzles, shield, and I'm out there with a little bottle of weed spray. It's fun. It's what you got to do when you become a homeowner.
It's the worst. It's the best. It's the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can't wait. I know, again, this is after we went to these places, but I really can't wait to crack a few cold ones with you and the boys that are coming with us. We're going to have a blast. I hope everyone enjoyed their Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, I don't know, since the last episode, I know McElroy and Shane Lowry won that Zurich. McElroy starts singing, which is great. I'm happy to see you sticking around a little bit for now. But this week, starting today, is the Wells Fargo, which that's always a fun time to watch. So not too far away from our second major of the year, PGA Championship. Is it Valhalla this year? Or where is it? I think it is.
Valhalla. A lot of pressure on JT. So, I want him to get it back so bad.
Did you see that video of, the guy on Live? He's Kevin Na.
So funny.
He's in one of us. Yeah, he's in the thing, and then chunks it out, and then he starts cussing everyone. And I feel like that happened with Tyrell Hatton too on a drive.
I don't like that guy.
Well, whatever. But
I mean, that probably doesn't like me, but
yeah, probably not. But I got the red Vanley packed in, a little T-shirt for Troubadour.
I think I'm doing that route too, dude. I can't wait. I feel like I've put my time in there to have the ability to do that.
Yeah. So all good on that front, bud. And it's a fun little time talking to you, catching up, telling some war stories.
It was good seeing you, bud.
Yeah. Last time I saw you, you were on the hardwood floor sliding 8 feet, so it's good to see you. Oh, man. Kind of vertical now. And you celebrated a birthday, which is great. But I think that's going to wrap up today's session.
Thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate it. Chasing_birdies. Tap it, like it, follow it. ChasingBirdies.com. And we appreciate all the support. And stay tuned for the next episode with Nathan Smith, 2025 Walker Cup captain. He's played on Walker Cups. He's played in the Masters. He played with Arnold Palmer in Palmer's last Masters.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a lot of stories that are going to come to you on Chasing Birdies.
Yes, sir. And you guys, again, thanks for tuning in here on Chasing Birdies. Thank you to Evo, Ali, and Emily at Simpler Media for putting this together. Jacqueline DiPaterio, Rachel London for all your social media help. And you guys have a great weekend. Watch some golf. Enjoy life. And we'll be back in 2.